Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast for the weekend of March 27th through the 29th of 2020. All right, so an easier week to work with astrologically speaking or collectively speaking. We do have the moon in Aries on Friday, which will be great for taking initiative and moving things forward from especially anything that has started or new perspectives you've had since around Tuesday's new moon of last week. Then once we start to get into Saturday, the moon shifts into grounded Taurus, which will be really good for resourcefulness and cultivating our material security and taking a more steady and grounded approach to life. But this weekend, very nice aspects with Venus. Venus is going to be trining up to Jupiter and Pluto. So when it comes to what we're enjoying, there might be a bit of inspiration or potentials with our enjoyments, relationships, maybe resources, maybe some deep empowering things that can be quite enjoyable as well in our life on that level. And and then as we get into next week, Jupiter's going to get closer to Pluto, which could be expanding some of the deeper stuff in our life in a way that we're starting to see a higher perspective with them. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. We're going to look at this for Friday with the moon in initiating Aries, and then Saturday with the moon in grounded Taurus, as well as Sunday as well. So as you can see, we're using the actual size of the constellations as seen in the visible sky. This does change the signs from all forms of mainstream astrology, which use an even 30 degrees, and don't reference the sky totally, at least the Western doesn't. So if you are new to this channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information on this form of astrology called true sidereal astrology. All right, so let's take a look here at the energy for Friday first with the moon in initiating Aries. We may have felt this the very later part of Thursday, but all day, very good day for taking initiative. We could notice a theme around how we can take action, maybe assert ourselves, initiate things, be direct, independent, right? This kind of fire energy is great to develop, and we'll likely notice a theme with it throughout the day. Now, of course, the larger theme is still that of receptivity. We did start this new moon in Pisces, and so this whole lunar month is about gaining more receptivity. So on Friday, even though there is that fire theme, it is good to also, of course, stay receptive, see that there is something much greater than we're able to perceive right now at the moment, and kind of accepting that or surrendering to that, or just being present and finding more peace in our life with the sun in Pisces. So that's Friday, a bit of water and fire energy mixed there. And then as we do get into the later part of Friday, we'll probably start to feel this Venus trining up to Jupiter. So Venus is the planet that rules things like our relationships, our enjoyments, and our resources in life. And she'll be in good harmony to expansive Jupiter, which can sometimes help us see a bigger picture and sometimes an inspiring picture when it comes to these things. So it could be a really good couple days, especially Friday, Saturday, for enjoying things that, first of all, are Jupiterian. So this could be philosophy, abstract stuff, maybe some adventurousness. Again, maybe expanding our perceptions a little bit could be enjoyable. But when it does come to those relationships, for example, there could be some buoyancy, or again, some potentials we're seeing there, some things we can enjoy there, and also maybe with those resources or simple pleasures of life. Especially because as we do shift into Saturday, we do have the moon going into resourceful Taurus. And so this will place the theme Saturday and Sunday around cultivating our inner and outer resources. So great time for developing inner resources like inner strength, self-reliance, self-value, our natural gifts, natural abilities, but also external resources could be good to develop Saturday and Sunday, which could be, connecting to nature, invoking our senses with a good meal or aromatherapy, some comforts, right? Getting into the grounded elements of our external material world could be great with the moon here, especially with Venus starting to shift into her domicile of Taurus here this weekend. All right, so on Saturday, there will still be a bit of that Jupiterian energy with all things relating to Venus. And then as we get into the later part of the day, on Saturday, Venus will start to trine up to Pluto. And so again, a harmonious aspect in this case with the deeper side of things. So we could be starting to feel a bit maybe empowered in those relationships, maybe empowered with our inner and outer resources and with our enjoyments in life. And of course, also the other way around, we could just be seeing the kind of beauty of depth and truth and intimacy and all these deeper things in life. So we're probably seeing those enjoyments, seeing those kinds of deeper things and can be enjoying them. Certainly, whether it's in our relationships or in our personal life going into Sunday here with that trine. And these are the planets that have been, playing a big role collectively. Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, Mars, and it's nice to have Venus in good harmony to them, at least two of them here over the weekend. All right, and then once we shift into Sunday, we'll still have a bit of that depth with those Venusian things. And of course, the moon will still be in grounded Taurus, helping us enjoy, again, the inner and outer resources of life. Now, one more thing I do want to mention is as we get into next week, we'll probably start to feel Jupiter getting very close to Pluto collectively. They're going to go exact on April 4th. And this is, of course, in Sagittarius, where we have all this collective energy going on regarding our perceptions. So Jupiter over Pluto, we may start to feel this going into next week. It could be a bit of maybe seeing the sort of lighter side or more wisdom-oriented side or higher perspective of these deeper things that have been transforming. Pluto rules things like life and death, deeper stuff, intimacy, all this kind of deeper stuff. And so Jupiter can kind of help us see the lighter side of that. On the other token, it can also bring up a lot of deeper things as well. Jupiter can expand that Pluto energy and really bring it out. But again, usually in a bit more of a higher perspective, which makes it great to work with. And there could be some, again, potentials or things we're seeing in terms of these transformations that have been taking place, both in our personal lives and collectively speaking. But again, we'll feel that mostly next week once that aspect gets closer. All right, everyone. So that is the weekend in a nutshell. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for all of your support. And I will see you all on Monday for the next daily forecast. Take care.